Maestro Battle World is starting again. We're going to just talk about the strategy on how we actually play the game mode. Some people might not understand what we're trying to do, so we're going to go ahead and talk you through it. Generally speaking, Maestro is immune to most status effects. The things that you want to keep in mind is there are certain status effects that will move his rage around, meaning the person that he's going to target will change, right? You'll be attracting his attention. You can use that to your advantage in certain cases. In addition, there are things that make his rage spike higher. When he gets up to 99 rage, or 100 rage, I should say, he starts at 1. When he gets up to 100, the match is over. So we want to avoid doing that if at all possible. So some of these debuffs that we have, for example, it mentions here stun, ability block, and blind. So those are the 3 items that if you put them on Maestro, his rage is going to increase. But we have these debuffs that make it so if you do that, it changes his focus. It changes the person that he's wrathful towards. He has that wrath icon. That's going to be the person that he's targeting. So strategically, if we use one of those 3 status effects, it will be to remove the focus, the wrath from the person who's being targeted onto somebody else so that person can take the damage instead. We're just trying to draw the fight out as long as possible so we continue to do damage. As far as our Battle World teams go, let's start off here with our Daring Warriors. They're the named team for the game mode. There's obviously better teams, but most of us are going to have this team unlocked. So let's go through how we're going to play the game. So as we load in, let's keep in mind our strategy here is to not use the stun, ability blocks, or blind necessarily unless we're trying to move that wrath around. We can do it with Eclipse. As a special character, she's not bound by that blind mechanic. We can go ahead and use the ultimate from Knight Thrasher because he's not putting out an ability block or a stun with that move. He doesn't have any of that on his kit. Now, Speedball, though, if we see there are ability blocks and stuns on his move. So we're just going to use basics on Speedball unless we feel that one of our characters is in danger. We have defense up already and our barriers are holding strong. So we'll just go with the basics there from JJ. Going all out there with Eclipse. So for the most part, most moves are viable with the Daring Warrior team. Again, this might not be the best team, but it's the recommended team. So it's just there for us to use. Should get us a decent score. The community always comes up with the better teams, theory crafting. So we're going to have all his abilities. But again, if we use anything besides the basic, it's going to apply ability block or a stun. And we don't want that to happen. Our Daredevil has the Wrath. He's holding on strong. So as long as these barriers hold, we're just going to keep going. But as Maestro's wrath increases, obviously he's going to get more dangerous. We'll use the cleanse there to get rid of his immunity. He's got his offense down. And we're just going to keep going there with Eclipse. So the team is holding on pretty strong at this point. So right as we've been continuing to play, we've got those bonuses. Our characters in general have gotten stronger. And so they're able to take more punishment. So we'll just take a quick look. I think Daredevil's holding on pretty good. We're going to go one more time. We don't have any barriers. We'll go ahead and use a cleanse just for the fact to put a barrier up so that Daredevil can hold on a little bit longer. So in that case, again, it wasn't really to clear the negative effects. We're just trying to make sure that our guy can continue to take hits before we start moving the wrath around. So Daredevil looks like he's going to be receiving damage that next time. Let's go ahead and just keep going with the basic. See if we can get through one more. Our guy here is at 30-something wrath, 49 wrath now. So we're halfway there. We'll just keep going. If he survives, so now if we get back to, right, maybe I should have did it. Now if we get back to Speedball here, it's coming up on his turn again. Well, maybe I missed my opportunity. So we're back to the basic because JJ is now taking the hits, and that's fine. He's up to 72 wrath. So because of that, right, when he gets 100 here, we're going to lose anyway, right? He just times out. And as he continues to gain wrath, he goes quicker. We'll remove the negative effects, put some barrier up for us. Absorb a couple more hits. So JG will be the recipient again. He's at 85 Wrath. So for this team, it's pretty self-explanatory. The only thing you really want to do is stay away from Speedball's special or his ultimate unless you need to move that Wrath around. So he's at 68. So after this, he's going to win anyway. So let's just see what we have here. We got 500% damage, 450% damage. So this will be the last hit anyway, because he's already at 99 rage. So we'll just take the biggest damage we can get. That one's over. We'll move on to the next team. So a score of 316 million. We'll kind of take that as the average, see if we can do a little bit better, see what teams do better or worse. Next up, we're going to go with our Symbiote 6 team. Arena teams, again, are usually great in any game mode. So we don't have any special factors here. Now we just have to watch out for putting blind, ability block, and stun onto the field. Let's go ahead and bring in the Carnage just so we can get an extra member. And there's always out of turn damage, right? Out of turn damage is also something that you want. There'll be assists and things of that nature. So we're just looking at our abilities real quick just to make sure that we are not going to be dropping in any ability blocks or things of that nature. Now there's a stun on Toxin's special, so we're not going to use that. We're not going to use his special. We'll go with the basic, and we'll just keep the assists going as long as they're able. We know that Venom there, or no, that's Riot. He has the Wrath. So Riot's ultimate can prolong negative effects. We don't have any on the field, but we'll take it. His special can remove negative effects, so we're going to hold on to that for a little while and see if we get some type of negative effects so we can get rid of them. He's got 5. He attacks us. Big damage there, big damage. We will go with the basic for Venom just to increase his speed. And he's got that Wrath. We see he healed up. We're a little bit concerned about him. Some of the alliances already got a KO on the boss. We see that we got 1 in. And we're looking pretty good. Our baby Carnage is not doing so well, but nothing we can do about that. His ultimate does clear positive effects, and it's not going to put anything out there that we don't want. So we'll go ahead and take that. Big hit. Venom is down. Venom is down. We don't have any negative effects on our side. So we'll go with the basic here just to see. We don't want to use up. Well, I guess we could have. He has a heal block. I guess I could have did the special with the Carnage. If we get back to him, we will. So, I mean, it's coming along. We're doing pretty good. Again, don't use the special unless you want to put that ability block on and move your targeting. Right now, Toxin has the Wrath. That's that purple symbol. And he is gone. Now Null has it. We can use Ride here. I think it'll get rid. Yep, so it got rid of those negative effects. There, we'll do the special. It consumes all the negative effects you had on the guy at the time, but we don't have to worry about trying to keep them. 34 Wrath overall. Big hit there. So I could think about, well, our guy that would move it is gone. Our guy that would move the Wrath is gone. Got some retaliations. So at this point, I don't think anybody has moves that would trigger more Wrath than necessary. Woo, well, it doesn't matter. We didn't survive. I was thinking about that would maybe be the point to put on auto. I don't think there was any characters left that had the ability to trigger the Wrath. So less than what we had before, 157 million. Not super impressive, but let's see what else we can do. All right, next up, we're going to go with the Fantastic Four MCU, another arena team, and we're going to add in Odin and Sentry. The hope here is that Odin will continue to do the swipe. He'll be able to stay alive for a while. If he gets the Wrath, we're going to want to move that so it's not Odin that gets tapped out immediately. And as long as Odin is alive doing the swipe, then hopefully Sentry will get KO'd. He'll turn into Void, and he'll be able to stay alive as well. Hopefully that makes sense. So Sue Storm, she has an ability block, and Reed has a stun, I believe. Yes, we'll just go with her ultimate for the defense down. And then we just have to remember, let's see, Franklin. So Franklin is fine. We just have to remember not to use the Fantastic Four thing like that when Odin's ability is up and running. So Mr. Fantastic has the Wrath. And his ultimate is fine to use. His special has, let's go ahead and swipe. So now it's Odin's battlefield effect is active. So he'll be taking turns like that. We want to make sure that we don't change that when Franklin goes again. I believe there's an ability block here. Might only be in Crucible. Let's try it out. He's got 5 rage. Six rage, yeah. So no ability block. She has one though. So we're definitely not going to use her special. So we'll just go with the basic attack. This is good. So Sentry will take damage while the Maestro is attacking Mr. Fantastic, whose turn is coming back up here. We're not going to use that special because we want to keep the Wrath on Mr. Fantastic. Just more damage from the Sentry. And we lost Odin's battlefield effect, so we'll swipe again. Mr. Fantastic is hanging in there. So again, that was a basic attack. You do not want to use her special ability unless you want to move that Wrath to somebody else. Sentry is down, so Sentry is now hanging out over there as the Void on the other side. So he'll be doing some damage to the Maestro. We'll go ahead and use this here. See if we can give Mr. Fantastic a little bit more time to hold on. We don't know if we're going to be able to recharge. Well, swipe isn't working the way I want. Odin's going to knock out the Sentry in the process here. But every time Maestro goes, Sentry should go. So a little bit more damage overall. Maybe that's not a great combo. Maybe that's not a great combo. But Sentry, I mean, I think he can only do it 3 times. So whoever we're using with, I would have got one more time out of him. Who has the Wrath? So now Franklin has the Wrath. If I could get it over there on Sue, that would be better. But we won't risk it. I don't remember the rules for moving it at the moment. I could use the ability block and it would move, but I just don't want it to move to Odin. Maybe it doesn't matter. Once again, let's see what we did for damage. 316. So we're closer, right? We're closer to what we did with the Daring Warriors. So right now, our Daring Warriors, they did the most. I'm wondering. So I was wondering, you need 5 Daring Warriors. So I was wondering if we were to remove Speedball, could we just go full auto with another character? The answer is no, more than likely, because you do want 5 Daring Warriors. We're going to go with Astral, the old Battle World team. We swapped out Doctor Strange for Breaker, Silver Surfer. Again, it's just a personal preference. The main thing, we just want that out-of-turn damage from the Shadow King. So our Breaker Surfer ended up getting the Wrath. We'll go with the basic. Because he has an ability block on his special. There's an ability block here as well. So once again, we're just going with the basic. And mainly, we just need to get the Shadow King doing his thing. I believe he also has... Yeah, so there's a lot of ability blocks there. So there's going to be a lot of basics on this team. But the main thing is just right there what you saw. See, the main thing is we just want that out of turn damage. So this is defense up for the team. Shadow King's ultimate, I think it's fine. Let's look. So prolongs negative effects on this boss. It doesn't really do a whole lot. If we had some negative effects, then we could do that. So that's going to be our rotation. We'll see how long our guys can hold on out there. So just basics for now. We might use his ultimate. So the ultimate is going to remove negative effects. Keep that in mind to the Maestro. And so, again, if we were to have an ability block or something like that present on our team, we would move that to him and increase his rage. So we just want to make sure we don't do that. She has a stun, so we're not going to use that. We'll just keep going with the basic. Basics. Stacking up some effects on that guy. So that's some healing and defense down. We'll take that. Surfer is down, and now it went to the Shadow King. Not really what I wanted. So the good thing is that he'll move the Shadow King around if he gets knocked out, and we still get to keep that out of turn damage. So people that have counterattacks, call in extra people for assists. That's always good. Yeah, Shadow King, he's about to go down, man. Can go ahead and use the ultimate. Did I make a mistake? No, we're good. All right, so we are healed back up. Shadow King is gone. The Wrath moves to the middle character, which is bad because that means everybody's going to get hit now. Since the Wrath's in the middle, right, we're trying to prolong the match. So since the Wrath is in the middle, we want it on one of the end characters. So I think I'm going to use this. It's going to put a stun, increasing the rage, but it also will make him move the Wrath to a different person. So now it's over there on Emma. So that should leave Moondragon, if that makes sense. The reason why we did that is it should leave Moondragon. Well, I guess that was a waste. I guess it was a waste. My thinking was if he did another cleave attack, it would hit two characters and not all three. Like attack like this, if it was on the end, right? So what is he at? 86. He's pretty strong. He's strong enough to one-shot our characters at this point. So what did we get? What was the score? Let's see. 209. So not terrible, right? Not terrible. We're going to go with a Shadow Conclave here and put in Quasar just for dramatic effect. Maybe I should have put in Wolverine. We might do that instead. So no ultimate for Executioner, who has a lot of out of turn damage. Quasar, he hits hard. It's a little bit slow though. Just kind of go with the basic for now. We want some healing to be incoming. It's slow. We can't use her special because her special stuns. We got that out of turn damage from the Executioner. Every time we get hit, we just got to stay up. So what's he doing? Is he... Let's see. Counterattack. Yeah. I guess we'll give him the defense down. The basic on Sylvie. So Thanos, he can take a hit, man. Thanos can take a hit. I forgot to see where we were when we started for our health. Whoa. Well, I might have spoke too soon. Do I get another turn by the High Evolutionary? I get one more turn. High Evolutionary to heal up. No healing for Thanos. Basic. I guess I could have brought Malekith. You can't because all of his moves, all of Malekith's moves give blind. Well, I wanted to reset and do something else, maybe. I was thinking about my retcon. My retcon's not very strong, but that's what we got. So that 15, I'm not sure who to use. People use Brimstone. I could use retcon. If you got them, they're going to be good. But that's the way that you play the matchup. Let me know if you got any questions.